and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope right here on Channels Television. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the program. I'm Anne Nwawadu. On today's edition, we speak with the Managing Director and the Chief Executive Officer of Wemabod Limited, Oluyemi Ejidiran. Once again, welcome to the program. Wemabod Limited, formerly known as Nabani Estates Limited, was established in September 1962 as a wholly owned subsidiary of National Bank of Nigeria Limited. But let's tell you more about this real estate company. Established in September 1962 as Nabani Estates Limited, it was a wholly owned subsidiary of National Bank of Nigeria Limited. Subsequently, Nabani Estates Limited was sold to the Western Nigeria Marketing Board, leading to the adoption of the name Wemabod. With the incorporation of Odua Investment Company Limited in 1976, Wemabod effectively became a subsidiary of Odua and assumed management of Odua's real estate assets valued at over 60 billion naira. Wemabod Limited stands as a prominent real estate and property development entity. With a history spanning over 6 decades, the company boasts a substantial real estate portfolio valued at over 100 billion naira. This portfolio encompasses a diverse range of commercial, industrial, and residential properties located across various states and cities in Nigeria. With a strong foundation rooted in the real estate sector in Nigeria, Wemabod Limited is determined to continue to build on the growth it has achieved so far. Let's now hear more from the MD CEO of Wemabod Limited, Oluyemi Ejidiran. What inspired this journey that started as far back as 1962?
Well, the journey is about Wemabod. Wemabod is known as West African Marketing Board. This was an organization that existed during the colonial era in British West Africa. It was established to oversee the marketing of various agricultural products, such as cocoa, palm oil, and granules in the region. The board played a significant role in regulating these commodities' production, pricing, and export to ensure fair trade practices and stable market for farmers. In 1962, the West African Marketing Board was at a critical juncture in its history. The board was responsible for purchasing and marketing agricultural products such as cocoa, palm oil, and granules for smallholder farmers in the region. And as a result of these challenges, the West African Marketing Board underwent significant reforms in the early 1960s. In some cases, the board was actually outrightly abolished altogether, with responsibilities for marketing agricultural products transferred to newly established government agencies or private sector entities. And the story will not end there, because there is a connection between West African Marketing Board and Nabani. Nabani was a wholly subsidiary of the defunct National Bank of Nigeria, with vast real estate assets. It had its assets transferred under just one portfolio and merged with those of the old real estate assets of Wemabod in 1962. The inspiration by the need to address the ever-increasing housing deficits, industrial, commercial office spaces, and storage and warehousing facilities was the main reason for the creation of the entity now known as Wemabod.
Earlier in 2023, Augusto and Co., I recall, rated Wemabod Limited A-, with, of course, a stable outlook. We all know how competitive the real estate in Nigeria is. How has Wemabod been able to weather the storm? I'm sure you have faced a lot of challenges over the years.
Yes, absolutely. I must confess that the outcome of the rating exercise by Augusto and Co., and not only Augusto and Co., DataPro also did some rating exercises for Wemabod, but Augusto came out with A- rating. We do believe that that was a momentous time for Wemabod, in the history of Wemabod, for the first time, going into the market for rating exercise and coming out with A minus for the first time. The importance of rating for any real estate company cannot be overemphasized. Corporate ratings by rating agencies are very crucial for real estate companies in Nigeria, as they can impact the company's access to capital, investor confidence, market competitiveness, risk management, regulatory compliance, and stakeholder transparency. A good corporate rating can help a real estate company access capital from both domestic and international financial market at more favorable interest rates. Investor confidence can also be generated in investors and stakeholders, signaling that the company is financially stable and has a lower risk of default. We are also going to be as competitive as possible as a result of the outcome of that rating, because it enhances the competitiveness of a real estate company in the marketplace. Again, risk management. Corporate ratings provide an independent assessment of the company's financial health and risk profile. In some cases, regulatory authorities may also require real estate companies to have certain minimum corporate rating to operate in the market or participate in specific projects. And of course, it provides transparency to stakeholders, including investors, creditors, customers, and suppliers, about the company's financial strength. Wemabod has undergone transformation in the last 62 years, and I am very proud as to where we are at this point in time. The corporate rating in itself has generally given a new lease of life for Wemabod to be able to access investment capital from all sort of investors, including banks, commercial banks, the capital market, and even foreign investors. So we're quite happy about that.
As a responsible organization, what has your company, Wemabod, done in terms of corporate social responsibility or activities you've been able to carry out to give back to society?
I must confess that the intention of management and board of Wemabod is to contribute, constructively to society. And we do this in so many formats. Number one, we partner with institutions to provide infrastructural facilities to needy environment in the country, especially in the southwest region. Institutions like Rotary International, even at Ikoyi Club, we sponsor events that brings about activities, sporting activities that generate healthy living for individuals. We sponsor all those. And of course, the biggest elephant in the room is the support that we also give to infrastructural development in any area where we are undertaking our project. And we do this in conjunction with other stakeholders, other developers, providing road infrastructure, drainages, water infrastructures that impact, good living within the environment. These are some of the things that we have done in the past and we will continue to do. We have no doubt in my mind that whatever we take out of the society, we must always be able to give back, and we will sustain those activities into the future. So one of the new initiatives that we are also putting into the public space is to ensure that we invest heavily in impacting knowledge, technical knowledge in schools. We've identified 5 institutions that some of the staff of Wemabod will go into, impact technical skills that enable them also learn new skills to do works in terms of engineering, development, and all that, rather than leverage on academic qualifications alone. We do believe that if we are able to impact technical knowledge to some of these students, is the way of giving back, to the society, and encouraging and empowering these students to take new vocation that can help them into the future.
Let's talk about the real estate sector in Nigeria. How do you perceive the real estate? I mean, you've been in this business for quite a while, so you know how things go. And what are the immediate solutions you think can be done to maybe clear some of these challenges faced in the real estate sector in the country?
The real estate sector in Nigeria has been known to be very dynamic and was considered to be a significant and promising sector with potential growth an investment opportunity. However, there were major challenges and issues that needed to be addressed even in the sector. Some of the key points that I have noted as some of the challenges that we face has to do with growth potential. There is huge population growth in Nigeria. In fact, by 2050, the report says that Nigeria's population may actually double. And that brings about a huge opportunity for investment in real estate. But of course, it also brings a lot of challenges for providing housing units, for citizens of the country. It's a major issue. Urbanization is also another major issue. Increasing middle class are also driving factors to be able to grow the real estate sector of Nigeria. In terms of urbanization, you will see that there is a lot of migration from rural areas to urban areas, urban centers, and that has bring a lot of pressure on infrastructural facilities. And I do believe that government has a huge role to play in investing in infrastructure to be able to accommodate the growth that we see in urban areas these days. Of course, there is also investment opportunity. Real estate was seen as a viable investment option in Nigeria due to the potential for capital appreciation and rental income. A development that was completed in 2022 already has almost about 100% capital appreciation as at today, 2024. It's big, it's huge. And those are the things that are driving investor appetite into the real estate. And of course, the mere fact that there is regular income in terms of rental cash flow is also encouraging for real estate investment. But some of the major challenges that we face, just like I said earlier on, has to do with infrastructural facilities. In other parts of the world, infrastructural development predates real estate development. And when I say real estate, I'm talking about residential, commercial, office. You will see that roads will have gone, water will have gone, power will have been available in a particular jurisdiction before you even see development. In our country, is the opposite, and it's a major challenge. So that is why most investors in residential, commercial real estate have literally become a mini local government of some sort. So they have to do their road, they have to do their water, provide their water, they have to sink borehole, they actually have to provide power. And that's a major challenge for real estate sector. The regulatory environment in Nigeria, including land tenure systems and property registration processes, has to be overhauled in such a way that to encourage investment in real estate. There are also security challenges, major challenges all over. And as we know, in some parts of the country, such as incidents of land grabbing and property disputes. Of course, in real estate, these are natural things that could happen, but the legal systems also has to be upgraded in such a way that it's able to cope with the challenges that we're facing on this particular issue. There's also a problem of affordability. Affordability of housing remains a significant issue for many Nigerians. Disposable income of most Nigerians had gone almost like zero. That is the truth of the matter. And so people are not interested in investing in real estate. They are more interested in feeding themselves and having close to wear. So those are the challenges that affect the real estate sector of the economy. And I do believe that with government serious intervention to attract investors, provide infrastructure, enhance positive regulatory challenges, ease of doing business, and ease financial constraints, chances are that the real estate sector of the Nigerian economy will grow.
Let's discuss the housing deficit in Nigeria and what you think the immediate solutions are.
Okay, housing deficits in Nigeria are a significant and complex issue with various underlying problems that contribute to the shortage of adequate housing for the population. And I have a few points to note here. One is rapid population growth. Like I said, it's important to underscore the dynamics of the growth of the population relative to available housing units or relative to how fast we can produce housing units to be able to supply for the growth of the population. It's a major challenge, and that is why it's seen at this point in time there is huge deficit. In fact, there are records that shows that between 20 and 25 million naira, 20 to 25 million housing units deficit that we have in the country. It's debatable. However, it is true that we have deficit. Of course, urbanization is also a major issue that affects housing deficit. Poor urban planning is another major issue. Truth be told, by the time we also see the incidences of planning, regulation, and default leading to demolition of houses, people building on drainages and all that, you will understand why we have major problem in urban planning. There are urban planning activities going on in states of the federation, but challenges are that enforcement has become a major problem. There has not been serious enforcement, and that is why you see a lot of citizens actually doing whatever they like and leading to the incidences of, pulling down houses by government agencies. The biggest elephant in the room in providing housing for the populace has to be construction costs. In the last 6 months, we have witnessed in the market, in the real estate sector of the economy, horrendous increase in foreign exchange rate, a horrendous increase in inflation, and at the back of all that, there is no access to investment capital in the real estate. So that stifles growth in the real estate sector and leading to housing deficits. In a situation whereby exchange rate can move from 500 naira to USD to 1,600 naira to USD within the space of 6 months, and most of the input into the construction of those houses are imported materials, especially electrical, mechanical, and plumbing items. Most of them are imported. Not all of them are produced here. So that brings significant cost increase into the construction of those housing units in the country. And that is why you probably will not see most development going on these days. In fact, most people that have started their development had literally stopped, and it's a major issue. And of course, access to fund for citizens to also buy homes is not there. There is inadequate mortgage financing. You have mortgage companies, but are they really operating? What funds are they providing for investors or for prospective home buyers? It's literally not there. The activities of the informal economy is also a major issue. When people are engaged in businesses that are informal, it reduces their ability to be able to access funds, because most funding institutions, investment outlets require you to have streams of income that is visible, that has a record, but unfortunately we don't have that. And most of the informal operators in the economy do not have access to these financing institutions. Land ownership is another major issue. The land tenure system in the country requires to be overhauled because it vested land ownership in government. How are we able to access land to be able to produce homes is a major issue. We are almost not a non-starter in that area. And government needs to do more in implementing policies and reviewing laws that affect land ownership to make land accessible to a general public. So the solutions to address these challenges in the real estate sector has to do with government investing heavily to improve infrastructural facilities. A situation whereby prospective investors in real estate sector have to provide their own infrastructure, their own road, drainages, water, and electricity is not encouraging for home ownership and for growth in the sector. The government also has to reform the land tenure systems to make it more attractive and make land accessible to prospective homeowners and investors in real estate. And there must be streamlined regulations in such a way that those regulations impact actively the growth of the sector in itself. And of course, access to finance. This is a major issue. In fact, it's one of the major issues that I focus on when I joined Wemabod. Access to investment finance in real estate is almost near zero. Fact remains that in terms of institutions that we have in the country that the federal government has provided, there is literally none that focuses on production of housing for its citizens. Even the Federal Mortgage Bank, what is the limit? What is the limit of funds that are available for anyone that want to access mortgages? What is the amount that is available? What is the maximum amount available? Usually 15 million, 20 million. What is that supposed to do? It's not even buying land. So that's the major challenge that we face, and I do believe that if government is able to address some of these issues, it will provide some solutions to address the challenges that we face in the Nigerian real estate sector.
Over 6 decades of delivering excellent housing and excellent services in the real estate sector, how do you see the coming years? Maybe another 6 years. What do you see Wemabod becoming?
Wemabod's performance and growth potential in impacting the real estate market of Nigeria will depend on its ability to navigate the challenges that we face in the market and opportunities as well that presents itself in the sector, and also continue to deliver on quality projects, adapt to market dynamics, and maintain its sector, continue delivering, reliable and innovative initiatives in the industry. Wemabod Real Estate Development Company has a long history of successful delivering real estate projects. Given its long history and experience in the real estate sector, I do believe that Wemabod is likely to continue to play a significant role in shaping the real estate market in Nigeria. We also believe that the market conditions will affect the business of Wemabod in the real estate sector, the economic growth, government policies, infrastructural development, demand for real estate properties will significantly influence Wemabod's performance in the real estate sector. And of course, innovation, adaptation, and agility is also very critical. This is one of the reasons why Wemabod has also insisted that there must be a department that focuses on innovation, strategy, and development. And that's just a new initiative. And that is preparing ourselves for the next 6 years, just like you have asked. We also do believe that if Wemabod continues to deliver on quality projects, quality real estate projects, as it were, that meets needs and expectations and embrace new technologies, it provides opportunity for prospective home buyers to patronize Wemabod and grow the business of Wemabod. We also believe in partnership and collaborations. In fact, some of our projects are on a joint venture basis. We have land, our partners have money, or our partners have land. We also provide finance, the reverse JV. These are some of the initiatives that have also been taken in the past because of the dearth of affordable financing for real estate investment. So we collaborate, we work with other stakeholders to deliver housing solutions. And we do believe that forming strategic partners of this nature with stakeholders, government agencies as well, financial institutions and construction companies can also help us grow the business. The other major issues that Wemabod currently focuses on is sustainability and compliance. Most of our projects have green credentials that enhances sustainability in the environment. Embracing sustainable and environmentally friendly practices, as well as ensuring compliance with regulations and standards, will be increasingly important in Wemabod to be able to grow its real estate business. And of course, like I said earlier on, CSR, its initiatives will have to be invested in heavily moving forward. And like I said, we need to impact technical education support for institutions to be able to help provide breeding grounds for technical knowledge and grow students to be in the technical field and engineering field that helps grow the real estate sector of the economy. So that the initiatives, I do believe that Wemabod can have to potentially impact the real estate sector of the economy.
Well, that's where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Kaleidoscope. But you know it's never goodbye, because you can always go to watch past editions of the program. Go to youtube.com/channelsweb, click on playlist, then scroll to Kaleidoscope. I'll definitely see you again very soon. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Thank you for watching.